It was the Lord, his power. 7:1. Exodus 7:1. And Yahweh said unto Moses, See, I have made thee a god to Pharaoh, and Aaron thy brother shall be thy prophet. There you go. So, let me go back to over here then. Deuteronomy chapter 3, verse 12. And this land which we possessed at that time from Alur, which is by the river Arnon, and half Mount Gilead, and the cities thereof, gave I unto the Reubenites and to the Gadites, which you can see here. Let me see. Reubenites and Gadites. And remember, Hamites were here. Giants. And also Mizraim had giants, which is Egypt. And here were giants and also normal sized people, because not all of the Hamites were giants. You had a few families that was really big, really big. Right. So, and it says here, verse 13. Oh yeah, forgot. Verse 12, which is subtitled The Distribution of the Land. Verse 13. And the rest of Gilead and all Bashan being the kingdom of Og, gave I unto the half tribe of Manasseh, all the region of Argob, with all Bashan, which was called the land of giants. So, half of the tribe of Manasseh. Where did I put that? Did I click it away? I think so, yes. I think so, did I? Oh, here it is. Here. Manasseh and Reuben. Jair, the son of Manasseh, took all the country of Argob unto the coasts of Geshuri and Mahati, and called them after his own name, Bajan Havor Jair, unto this day. And I gave Gilead unto Machir, and unto the Reubenites, and unto the Gadites I gave from Gilead even unto the river Arnon, half of the valley, and the border even unto the river Jabbok, which is the border of the children of Ammon, which is here. Here. Whoa. Okay, let me see something here. Okay. Right, so right around here you could say. Yeah, here. Yeah, get the picture. 17, Deuteronomy 3 and 17. The plain also and Jordan and the coast thereof, from Hereth even unto the sea of the plain, even the salt sea, under Ashdod, Pishka, eastward, which is here. This is the Salt Sea. They call it Dead Sea because they changed it, but it was called the Salt Sea. Here. This is it. Nowadays they call it the Dead Sea, but it's called the Salt Sea because this is the Dead Sea because there's a lot of salt over there. As you can see here right in front of me. Salt formation, Dead Sea, You know, here, Salt Sea. Between the things, Dead Sea. Arad, Debir Hebron, Gilgal, and let me see, Shittim, Arnon River, R, question mark. So maybe they're not sure it's there, but yeah. But anyway, this is the Salt Sea. Right, the location of it. So going on. And I commanded you at that time, saying, Yahweh your power had given you this land to possess it. Ye shall pass over armed before your brethren, the children of Israel, all that are meet for war. But your wives and your little ones and your cattle, for I know that ye have much cattle, shall abide in your cities which I have given you. Until Yahweh had given rest unto your brethren, as well as unto you, and until they also possess the land which Yahweh your power had given them beyond Jordan, which is on the other side, by the way. Here you have the river Jordan in the middle, and we was fighting wars here all the time, and then later on, after they was allowed to go over here and then fight the wars against those ones over there, those Hamites over there. And then ye shall return every man unto his possession, which I have given you. And I commanded Joshua at that time, saying, Thine eyes have seen all that Yahweh your power had done unto these two kings. So shall Yahweh do unto all the kingdoms whither thou passest. That don't look like equality to me. And once that time comes, we will have that power. And then we will go and break in pieces these nations. I will remind you, Heavenly Father willing, of course, because I want to get my revenge. The Lord said that I will have the opportunity. Joshua 13 and 10. Oops, Joshua. Or is it 10 and 13? Joshua 10:13, and the sun stood still, and the moon stayed, until the people had avenged themselves upon their enemies. And who did that? The Lord did that. Let me start at 12. Start at 11. And it came to pass, as they fled from before Israel, and were in the going down to Beth-horon, that Yahweh cast down great stones from heaven upon them unto Azekah. So he killed them with meteorites, boulders, and they died. There were more which died with hailstones than they whom the children of Israel slew with the sword. So the Lord killed more of them, and he's going to do it again. Why? He hated them. They was doing filthy stuff in the land. Then Joshua spake to Yahweh. And by the way, after that, we started to do them same filthy things, and the Lord killed us too. You can read about that in the book of Ezekiel 16, and also in the book of Psalms 106. Yeah, it's not no fun chapters. You should take a bath after washing, after reading those two chapters, bro. Psalms 106, not as much, but Ezekiel 16. You better have a towel and some soap ready for when you're done reading that chapter. I think that's one of the more horrible chapters that I've read concerning the filthiness of our people, because it goes into filthy sodomy that we did. Ugh. Right. You know. There's other horrible chapters, but that one was really, oh man, I need to take a bath, just to clean myself. I feel dirty. As a matter of fact, God made dirt, dirt won't hurt. I'm the same color as dirt, so I felt filthy, like my underfoot. Yeah, that's more like it. I felt filthy. Had to take a bath after that one, and not with no GMO soap, because I actually have plant soap, and I normally don't wash with soaps, because it's not good for you. Not their soaps, of course. And I don't want to smell too pretty, because that's not good neither. So the Lord said that we avenged ourselves. That's the beauty part that I wanted. Let me see. Oh yeah, sorry, I wasn't done. And they died. Okay. Then spake Joshua to Yahweh in the day when Yahweh delivered up the Amorites before the children of Israel. And he said in the sight of Israel, Sun, stand thou upon Gibeon. Stand thou still upon Gibeon. And thou, moon, in the valley of Ayalon. And the sun stood still and the moon stayed, until the people had avenged themselves upon their enemies. Is not this written in the book of Jasher? So the sun stood still in the midst of heaven, and hastened not to go down about a whole day, until the Israelites got vengeance on their enemies for the things that they did unto the Israelites. Right, so where is it? Where was that? Deuteronomy chapter 3 verse. Oh yeah, in verse 18 it was subtitled, Moses forbidden to cross Jordan. So now you know what I'm going to read about in the rest of the chapter, which is almost at the end. So it says, let me read it again. 21. And I commanded Joshua at that time, saying, Thine eyes have seen all that Yahweh your power had done unto these two kings. So shall Yahweh do unto all the kingdoms whither thou passest. We waiting for that. I'm waiting for that day. This is a day that I will have great joy in. Because it says it right here. The book of Sirach. Sorry. The book of Sirach. The book of Sirach 25. I talk too much, so my voice might go in and out. Right, and let me see. Genesis 20. Sirach 25 and 7. There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that had joy in his children. Nowadays you don't have joy in children, because you see your children only like 4 hours a day, and if your children go to high school, you see them like 2 hours or 1 hour a day, because they go to school 8 o'clock in the morning, man, sometimes 8 past 9, half past 8. And then they come home like sometimes 1500 or 1600, which is 3 o'clock afternoon or 4 o'clock afternoon. And then you get to see them. And then they have to go do homework and in their room study, and that's rinse and repeat 5 days a week. Saturday they go watch cartoons from the television and stuff like that. So now Esau's teaching them again. Going to teach him some sodomy stuff like wedgies and male characters dressing up like females. Those type of cartoons and stuff like that. Real sodomy stuff. So you don't raise your kids. They do. And it's designed by that. It's like that. It's designed by them like that. A man that has joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. So that's a blessing. 9 things have I judged in my heart to be happy. I want to be happy. I'm not happy now. Once my enemies are beneath my feet, and I snatch their females up, that's when I will be happy. And you girls you gonna love it. You know why? Look what you did. You raped them so much their hair is yellow. Look at them. They believe that they're beautiful now. I think this is a software that made that one. Anyway, these females think they're beautiful. This is a Cushite. This is not a slave descendant. It doesn't look like one. This is a Cushite. Ethiopian. It's Eritrea or Somalia. It's Kush. But anyway, look this beast over here. She thinks she's beautiful. This one too. Look fucking ridiculous. They really believe themselves to be beautiful. But this is the result of rape, rob, murder, destruction, envy, thinking that something else is beautiful than theirs. Even if you have this type of hair and you dye your hair, you ain't shit. And all of this. These are so-called mixed breed chicks. But what do they choose? They choose the rapist side of their family to look like them. They choose the rapist side of their family to make themselves look like they're beautiful. You know, and you even have our men walking around like that. Let me see. And they're walking around like this too. That's why he looked like a girl. He looked like a sodomite. This guy looked like he had a Amalekite kufi on his fucking head. Like he finna go to a synagogue right now and scream Caesar Borgia while making his belly button hit the table. They really think they're beautiful. But this is what you call destroyed. Look at this shit right over here. The darker you are, the more ridiculous you look with that yellow hair. Orange hair, whatever, brownish orange. Ridiculous. Believe me, they think they're cute. No, they would never have done this. If you don't dress yourself in something that's ugly, clothing, let me see. You don't dress like this, okay? You don't dress like this. You don't put on ugly clothing if you think it's ugly. You put on beautiful clothing because you think it looks beautiful on you. So when you do your hair, you do something that you find beautiful on yourself, not something that you find ugly on yourself. I mean, like, which one of you guys would just wear, or females, especially females, would wear something that is just totally just they find ugly? A lot of females would not dress like this. They would say it looked like curtains. That's what they would say. Because that's the first thing that come in your mind because you were conditioned to think like that. They would rather dress in this. A little more revealing, you know. But if this was a one color, just a beautiful color, for example. I don't even know how to, let me see. Modern. Yeah, you got pretty patterns, but not this horse shit. More actually covered fully. It doesn't need to be flowers. They just make it ugly. Devils. They could just make it of a different fabric. But then again, just like the Lord said, in hunger, in thirst, in want of all things, in nakedness, we're gonna go to them. You know, it doesn't need to be these stupid patterns, you know, that actually does look like like curtains. It does look like it because they used to make curtains out of these type of patterns, you know, this type of things and stuff like that. I have seen beautiful women in these type of clothing, but then they wear it like this. For example, this, you know, pretty colors and stuff like that. You know, not some horse shit like this. Prostitution. You know, this she could wear in the house. fuck you every day. Why? Because you could just lift up the skirt and go to work. You know, and it looks very sexy. Or this, but then a little bit longer here, you know. But now this looks like Wednesday from the Addams Family because they project that one too. Look, this one looks good too. Minus the stupid patterns. But then again, like I said, it's their world right now, and they make the clothing and they dress you. But yeah, we're gonna have joy in seeing the fall of our enemy, Lord willing, of course. We will is written already, but Lord willing, I get to do that. Right. So it says here, Deuteronomy chapter 3, verse 22. Ye shall not fear them, for Yahweh your power, he shall fight for you. And I besought Yahweh at that time, saying, O Yahweh, power, thou hast begun to show thy servant thy greatness and thy mighty hand. For what power is there in heaven or in earth that can do according to thy works and according to thy might? I pray thee, let me go over and see the good land that is beyond Jordan. Moses was talking. I pray thee, let me go over and see the good land that is beyond Jordan, that goodly mountain and Lebanon. But Yahweh was wroth with me for your sakes, and would not hear me. And Yahweh said unto me, let it sufficient thee. Basically, let it be sufficient for you. Suffice, how you pronounce that?
Suffice.
Suffice. Let it suffice thee. Yeah. Let it suffice thee. Let it be sufficient for you. Enough for you. Let it suffice thee. Speak no more unto me of this matter. So just be glad with it, what I'm going to do with you. That's what the Lord told Moses. Just be glad with what I have prepared for you. Just be satisfied with it. Get thee up into the top of Pisgah, and lift up thine eyes westward, and northward, and southward, and eastward, and behold it with thine eyes, for thou shalt not go over this Jordan. But charge Joshua, and encourage him, and strengthen him, for he shall go over before this people, and he shall cause them to inherit the land which thou shalt see. So we abode in the valley against Beth Peor. So Moses did not step into the land. He got to see it. And you can find examples of that. Let me see. Oh yeah, concerning the horns. Oh, it says here, Joshua 13 and 12. All the kingdom of Og in Bashan, which reigned at Ashtaroth and in Edrei, who remained of the remnant of the giants, for those did Moses smite and cast them out. So Moses killed them too. Yeah, Moses was that powerful. Believe it or not. He used to kill people. Deuteronomy chapter 3, verse 11. For only Og, king of Bashan, remained of the remnant of giants. Right. So it was mentioned here. Nevertheless, Joshua 13 and 13. Nevertheless, the children of Israel expelled not the Geshurites, nor the Mahathanites, but the Geshurites, and the Maachites dwell among the Israelites until this day. Only unto the tribes of Levi he gave none inheritance, because that's why you don't see the land of, you don't see the land of Levi, because they lived in the midst of these of the other 12 tribes. So was it 13 tribes? To a certain degree it was. But Levi was not a tribe. The sacrifices of the, so it says here, only unto the tribes of Levi he gave none inheritance. Dot dot or dot comma. The sacrifices of the Lord of the sacrifices of Yahweh, power of Israel, made by fire, are their inheritance, as he said unto them. Where? He said it unto them in the book of Numbers, chapter 18. But I'm going to read this first. Malachi 3 and 8. Will a man rob Yahweh? Yet ye have robbed me. How? But ye say, wherein have we robbed them? Thee. So how? In tithes and offerings. The Israelites didn't give their tithes unto the Levites, because the Levites were to take of the tithes, and then the beautiful parts of the tithes they would take for themselves to eat. So they didn't have no jobs and stuff like that, for example. Just saying. They was living, their job was to serve the children of Israel for their sins, so that they can do sacrifices and stuff like that. 1 Corinthians chapter 9 verse, well, let me start actually at Numbers 18 and 25. And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, thus speak unto the Levites, and say unto them, when ye take of the children of Israel the tithes, which I have given you from them for your inheritance, then ye shall offer up an heave offering, which is an offering that you wave in the air. No. You lift up in the air. Heave. A heave offering is this. Lift or haul. Just like how you have, let me see, Simba. Here. This is a heave offering. I'm not trying to compare monkey, the Levites, the monkeys, but I'm just giving you an example. And then the sun shined on them. As you can see here. Pardon. Right. Heave offering of it to the Lord. Even a 10th part of the tithe. So a 10th part of the tithe they were allowed to keep for themselves. And what would they do with it? Well, it's going to tell. And this your heave offering shall be reckoned unto you, as though it were the corn of the threshold floor, and as the fullness of the winepress, which is, you can make wine with it, which is grapes, and the corn, which is food. It shall be food unto you, and drinks unto you. Thus ye also shall offer an heave offering unto the Lord of all your tithes. So, of the tithes of the Israelites, you do a heave offering, but you need to do a heave offering of the tithes of yourselves, which ye receive of the children of Israel, and ye shall give thereof the Lord's heave offering to Aaron the priest. Out of all your gifts ye shall offer every heave offering of Yahweh, of all the best thereof, even the hollow part thereof, out of it. Therefore thou shalt say unto them, when ye have heaved the best when you have heaved the best thereof from it, then it shall be counted unto the Levites as the increase of the thresh floor, and as the increase of the winepress. So it's going to be theirs. And ye shall eat it in every place, ye and your household, for it is your reward. Why? For your service in the tabernacle of the congregation. They are the ones that do the child. It's not child sacrifice, bro. I wanted to say an animal sacrifice. I wanted to say bird sacrifice and lambs and ox and goat and all that there. And ye shall bear no sin by reason of it. Yeah, because if you was of one of the other tribes, you would die. If you ate of the offerings, you would die. You can read about that in the book of Numbers chapter 1. You would die if you even come close to the tabernacle of the Lord. You would die. In the rest of this chapter, it actually says it. Let me see something here. Let me see. That you die not when you come near. Here. Numbers 18:22. Neither must the children of Israel henceforth come nigh the tabernacle of the congregation, lest they bear sin and die. So don't even come near. So when they eat it, they have no sin, because that's the inheritance that they got from the Lord. They are able to profane the Sabbath. Blameless. Matthew 12:5. Or have ye not heard in the law how that on the Sabbath days the priests in the temple profane the Sabbath and are blameless? Yes, they are. You can't blame them because they're the priests. They're allowed to do certain things which you are not allowed to do. Because if you do it, you die. If they do it, well, that's their inheritance. That's their blessing. Every tribe has their blessing. Right, so going on now, it says here, where is it again? Where was I again? Sorry. Oh, yeah, here. Yeah, first, Numbers 18 and 32. And ye shall bear no sin by reason of it, when ye have heaved from it the best of it. Neither shall ye pollute the holy things of the children of Israel, lest ye die. So they were also not to do the pollute the holy things of the sacrifices of the children of Israel. They was not allowed to pollute it. But when it comes to their own things and stuff like that, and the things that they have been given by Yahweh, they're blameless. You can't hold them accountable for that. They was also allowed to light fires on the Sabbath, which the other Israelites were not allowed to do, because they had to burn, for example, Leviticus chapter 6 verse 13. The fire shall ever be burning upon the altar. It shall never go out, for example. Cause the lamp to burn continually, olive oil and stuff like that. But it says you're not supposed to kindle the fire on Sabbath, but they didn't kindle it. It just never went out. Exodus 35 and 3. Ye shall kindle no fire throughout your habitations, so wherever you are, even if you are under the sea, you can't do it upon the Sabbath day. So, but yeah, the Levites could do it. Because if you even gather sticks on the Sabbath day, you would be put to death. Numbers 15 and 32. Let me see. 33. No, 32. And while the children of Israel were in the wilderness, they found a man that gathered sticks upon the Sabbath days to burn for fire. And they that found him gathering sticks brought him unto Moses and Aaron and unto all the congregation. And they put him in the ward. They locked him up in jail, because it was not declared what should be done to him. So we already had jails in order for you to wait out your sentence to see what would happen to you if you was to go to prison or not, or sentenced to death. And Yahweh said unto Moses, the man shall be surely put to death. All the congregation shall stone him with stones without the camp, outside of the camp. And all the congregation brought him without the camp and stoned him with stones, and he died, as Yahweh commanded Moses. So, break the Sabbath, you die. But they can do it. The Levites could do certain things that you couldn't do, or else you would die. So how do you rob the Levites? How do you rob the Heavenly Father? By not giving the Levites the tithes and the offerings that you were supposed to be giving them. So it says here, the book of Romans chapter 15 verse 27, it pleased them verily, and their debtors they are. For if the Gentiles have been partakers of their spiritual things, their duty is also to minister unto them in carnal things. So what does this mean? It means this: not to steal from the Lord. But nowadays, don't worry too much about that. We are under the curses, and we don't have our priests to give them things and stuff like that. So don't worry too much about that. I'm just reading 1 Corinthians chapter 9 verse 11. If we have sown unto you spiritual things, which Paul was talking, and he did do that. Is it a great thing if we shall reap your carnal things like money, food, stuff like that, so that we can buy certain things and stuff like that? Because of your money, you're supposed to give to the priests. Or I'm talking about back in the days. I'm not talking about now. You're supposed to give to the ones that actually labor in this truth and do the work and do things for you. But like I said, this is 2023. Lord willing, it's the thought that counts, especially to me. It's the thought that counts. All I want from you is your attention, because time is money. And the scripture says that buy the truth and sell it not. So you obtain the truth and don't make merchandise of it. Make not my Father's house a house of merchandise. So what do you need to do now? Listen. Just like Samuel told Saul. 1 Samuel 15 and 20.